Hey everybody, this is a remake of the video call that I had yesterday for Mom's birthday. Bob had a small birthday celebration of life ceremony at Mississippi Shores, where she used to live with him before going into hospice care. So it was nice, and just some quick memories of who Mom was. And I'm here along this beautiful Palisades walkway on the River Rhine. You can see a sailboat that's navigating down. We have a cruise ship that is coming in the distance, and that direction is Dusseldorf, and that direction is Cologne. And I sit in the middle here, just pausing for a quick little bike ride and to share a moment with you guys about Mom and about yesterday. So here we go. It was 1988, and we were in the Soviet Union at that time, down in Yalta in the Crimean Peninsula, where there's right now war happening. And there was a big Russian general. When I say big, he was 6'3", well over 2 meters, and a big, tall, serious-looking general. We were supposed to perform on the stage for a Young Pioneers camp. And Russia has a lot of, in that area, historically, Russia, Soviet Union, young pioneer camps. And that is the equivalent of like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts in the US of A. And we were there to perform. He then makes it clear, goes up on stage, shuts everything down, says, what's happening here? This is not going to go on. We had Bibles in Russian we were prepared to pass out. Now, this is 1988, Soviet Union still very much alive, right? Now, Glasnost and Perestroika underneath of Gorbachev were a thing then, so that's why we were even allowed to be there. And we had spent 2 weeks in Germany prior to, and so now we were on the Soviet Union part of this. Our attaché from the Soviet government, she came and began to try to interdict, manage the situation, calm the general down, but he was in full uniform and had his medals and decorations and big tall man, and she was speaking with him, and he got quieter, but he got more serious. And so Mom turns around and says to us, now Mom is, all of 5 foot tall, comes up to here on me, blonde hair, blue eyes, bubbly, smiley. And where's the teddy bear? Where's the teddy bear? Go get the teddy bear. So we got the teddy bear, little bear about so big. Mom loved teddy bears, by the way, and brought it to her. She then goes up to this big general because our ambassador wasn't getting anywhere with them. And we're up on the stage. And we're up on the stage, and it's like an amphitheater, and all the kids, there had to be, 500, 800 kids up on the stands of this amphitheater. And Mom hugs this general, goes up to him, and she couldn't get her arms all the way around him. Big man, right? Big, tall man. Whoop, hugs him, gives him the teddy bear, and he's holding the teddy bear, and then she hugs him. And the crowd goes crazy. The kids, they've never seen anything like that. Who hugs the general? Nobody hugs the general. No one touches the general, much less hugs the general and gives him a teddy bear. So, yeah, Mom started to just speak to him in English, and the ambassador for our group began to quickly do some translation of whatever Mom's saying to him. Basically is, hey, we just want to sing about Jesus and share some information and just be happy and just be up here on the stage and blah, blah, blah. And he looks at Mom, 800 screaming, cheering kids, and he's like, all right, all right, make it happen. And his body language said everything, and the volume doubled. It was already super high, and it doubled, and they were jumping up and down, and I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to have a riot. Oh, and then we performed. We passed out the Russian Bibles, and it was amazing. The general got a couple more hugs. And never forget that. Young Pioneer Camp down in Yalta. So when you think back at the magic that Mom had with people and what she could do and the impact that she had on people's lives, bringing them to the realization that they have a Savior and that there's forgiveness of sins and that God exists. Wow. That's all I can say is wow, right? And so that was Mom. And anytime there was a tense situation, sometimes she would also have this phrase called juicy squirrel. And she'd just look at you and she'd squeeze her mouth together. Juicy squirrel, juicy squirrel. Have no idea where that came from and what juicy has to do with a squirrel. I've never seen a squirrel that looks juicy unless it was rabid and trying to bite me. But it was juicy squirrel, and it was just something that just came out of just craziness. And it was that ability to just break through. And juicy squirrel's another one of those terms. And she had this ability to simply just break through. And that's what I loved to watch, to see, to enjoy that magic, and to see the impact that she had on lives, especially children. And that was her gift. The last story that I shared yesterday on the call, happy birthday, Mom, up in heaven. Maybe you are seeing me sitting here resharing this story. It's going to get loaded up onto YouTube. But was Bears. We talked to you about teddy bears. She loved bears, right? So this is 1983. I was about probably 14 years of age. Mom was in the hospital, had already passed away. That's another story. We're not going to share that. But had passed away and then was brought back to life. And so she was on heavy medication. And she had a hysterectomy. And the medication, of course, you see things, right? And she saw bears. And bears was just a little teddy bear, maybe about this big, right, in real life, and in her mind in real life, right? About this big and brown, friendly little cartoon faces, just sweet little things, right? Not a grizzly bear that's about to eat you or a brown bear or anything else like that. No, friendly little, like stuffed animal teddy bear about this big. And the bears, talking about having fun, and here comes that cruise ship that I told you was on the way, and it finally made it upstream, and it's Viking Geresemi. And so you can kind of see this thing just cruises the Rhine River, and you have your, up forward is where you have, you eat. And when you see the curtains are drawn, you can come upstairs, during the trips. It has different stops in cities along the way. And then you have your rooms with your balcony on the back end. It would be great to have a swimming pool on this thing, but I don't think they got a swimming pool on them. Yeah, so you can kind of just sit out there and chill and relax. And the deal is you stop in a new city, 1 or 2 cities a day, and you cruise the Rhine River. And they have them on the Rhine, they have them on other rivers, but you can see that boat there is going upstream, and you can see it by the water churning out the back, and he's pushing hard to get upstream. So the Viking Geresemi. It's out of Basel, Switzerland, and for work I am regularly down in that area. So, and the Rhine River starts right there at Lake Constance, or Bodensee in Germany, and runs all the way to the North Sea, right through where we're at. Of course, where it starts, it's a lot smaller, and I was swimming in the Rhine River there, right next to Bodensee, maybe 5 weeks ago, and it was cold, unlike now. Today is going to be, I think yesterday was 102 or 103 degrees outside, and about 40 degrees Celsius. And today will be a similar number, so hotter than Hades himself. Bears. Back to this teddy bear. These things, she visualized, like 4 or 5 of them. They pop out ad hoc, by random, and they do a little dance. They sing and do a little dance. And then at the end, they all turn around and they show their bare bottoms. So their butts, they have like a little human butt, has no hair. And so it's a bear. It's a bare-bottomed, no hair, bears. And so we're visiting her. She's like, oh, here come the bears, woo! And she's, lying in bed, obviously shot up on doing drugs, right? They've got drugs and morphine. Every kind of regular nurses are coming in and treating her. And the bears, yeah, buddy, they were active. And so they were out there and just doing their thing. They would come and they'd dance, they'd do a little bit of singing, or they would just come and play, just like a little kid would, right? And when you think about it, these bears were a personalization of kids. And so they would come out and just play, and then all of a sudden flash their little bare bottoms and run away. And I like to think that not only but children, but that was also maybe a slice of who I was as a child. I would run around butt naked when I was 1, 2, 3 years of age. Matter of fact, one of my tricks was take all my clothes off and try to catch me run around butt naked. And of course, it's summertime, you're hot, I'm a little kid, and little kids do what little kids do. And so maybe there's a mix of that story, her love of teddy bears, and the morphine, and bears are birthed. But when I was young, my parents said I knew how to run between furniture pieces, couch and an end table or whatever, before I could walk. So I was running before I could walk. And I guess that fits me even today in terms of the energy that I have and how I approach life. But definitely was naked in the summertime quite often at that young age. And so probably that's a blend of me and the love of teddy bears, and you have bears. So, but bear stayed a theme. It stayed a theme through the rest of life. And even in the last, I don't know, maybe 5-6 months before she passed, we had another moment and talked about the bears. And not to the same effect, obviously, because it's a different situation, but she still remembered the bears. So on this hot day here in Germany, in particular Monheim am Rhein, I just wanted to share that moment with you. And happy birthday, Mom. Bob, thank you very much for what you put together there at Mississippi Shores. And now I'm going to get back on my bicycle and do a little bit of pedaling around. Thank you, guys. See you on the flip side.